Welcome. Today's video is going to be response to comments, and boy did I get about 1 billion comments for the last two videos that I did, which were a set. It was episode 1 and 2, and talked about how we lost all our retirement. And then episode 2, as you know, most of you know, it was coming back from that. And I'm telling y'all what, there are some beautiful people in the world, and they are you. You bless my socks off with so many encouraging words and way outweighing negative comments, which I will get to in just a minute. But yeah, it was just amazing, and I cannot thank you enough for your kind words of encouragement and your support. God bless every single one of you. All right, that said, we sure enough did have some negative comments. Here's the thing about negative. You know, I don't usually get very many, but here's the thing. If you're going to do a YouTube channel, you better thicken up, because you can't have your feelings hurt. So I read some of them, and I'm going to respond to some of them, and then the rest of it, I'm not going to take the time to read those kind of things. But the interesting thing was, not one of these so-called negative comments had anything to offer advice-wise for what to do for the future. All they wanted to do was slam us for what we did wrong and tell us what we should have done and this and kind of. So that doesn't help. So I don't know, that was kind of the thing. But what I want to do is also highlight the beautiful, beautiful comments from most of y'all. All right, so for the first video, Retirement Gone, one that kept coming up was that we were playing the victim. Oh, look what happened to us. It wasn't our fault. I certainly didn't mean to portray that, and I don't think I did. But at any rate, let me set that record straight. Absolutely not. We own every bit of it. We made unwise decisions. We owned it. We took responsibility for it, and we stepped ahead and moved on. So if anybody got the impression we consider ourselves a victim, please put that away. Somebody really bashed my job and said if I would have gotten a responsible, full-time, well-paying job than being a musician, meaning I was a school teacher for 15 years. I call that a decent job. I taught elementary music, and a piano teacher, and a songwriter, and an accompanist, and a worship leader, and all the things. Because when you're a musician, and by the way, I am a born musician. It's what I'm called to do, and I'm happy and proud to be one. You do a lot of different things. You don't make a lot of money. It's just not the field. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. That's who I am. And anyway, and I'm still teaching, and I love every minute of it. Now, on the other side, thank you, all you musicians who chimed in. There was one from London, Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky. Wonderful comments from support from fellow musicians. So there's not a better job on the face of this earth, because to teach anything, really, to teach is to touch a life forever. I have that quote I used to have it on my studio wall. It's a wonder one. All right, so there's the flip side of that. One person really was kind of nasty about, well, that was really inconsiderate of her trying to teach piano students in a townhome. I mean, they should have called the authorities and had that thing shut down. It's not zoned for that. Okay, well, here's the thing, just so you know, I did check the zoning laws. I did check the HOAs, and it was absolutely allowed. And I've been a member for many years of the I sort of call it the union. It's the MTNA, Music Teachers National Association, that covers all that stuff for us and gives us all kinds of information. So I did my homework. Most all my clients are home are before adults get home from work, and I never had a complaint. In fact, everywhere I've ever taught, the people love it if they even hear it. somebody said, well, how stupid it was to choose Florida, the inexpensive state to live in. Okay, so here's the thing with us. Family trumps money any day in the week. And twice on Sunday, as Mama used to say. We came here for family. And then we decided to figure out how to do it. And we did, by the way. So, yeah, I wouldn't go, we're not the kind of people that just randomly choose the cheapest place to live in the United States of America and be alone when we do have family we can be with. So there's the answer to that. I will say that there were most financial people that's what they did for a living. The real ones, not the people who just think they know everything, but the real financial people were kind. And I had several that said, hey, I hear this same story every day. Good for you, you pulled out of it. And one even said, I'm not going to point out what you could have done better. You learned and you moved on. Good for you. It's never too late to do something smart. And that's how we have to look at it, y'all. To go along with that particular comment about hearing this story every day, so many of you commented on all the things that have happened to you. Some very similar to ours, some worse than ours, some, all over the board. And lots of you commented on how you climbed out. But there were some of you who haven't climbed out, and there were some of you who lost so much. And there was one or two in particular that are struggling with depression in your later years. Oh my goodness, that broke my heart. Y'all, listen, this community, we're in this together. I encourage y'all, do whatever you got to do. Do whatever you got to do to pull yourself up. If you have someone to talk to, a pastor, a friend. And I just was touched, very, very touched by those stories. So when the second video came out, and I had many more beautiful comments, but some good advice. And one lady said, one guy said, make sure you got a car fund for that transmission may go out eventually in that Nissan Rogue. A 2018 Nissan that I think I mentioned I didn't want to buy another car in my lifetime. I'm 71. You better know it. You better know it. We have a car fund just like as if we was paying a car payment. We keep that right there, and that's excellent advice. And then someone from Florida. Hey, I had about 3 people from Florida. Hey, Florida. Anyway, the Florida person said, "Hey, listen, you better be prepared for hurricanes." Listen, let me mention that we lived 16 years in Mobile. That's the longest city we ever lived in. And we raised our kids there, rode out lots of hurricanes. And here, oh my goodness, since we've been here, I couldn't even list them all. The worst was Michael, because we live in Northwest Florida, and we're inland. We're a good hour from the actual Gulf. But that thing was so powerful. We had 115 mile an hour winds right here on our little lane because we had it clocked. And so just so you know, we live in a manufactured home. We don't play. We don't play with hurricanes. I don't care how much they say they can withstand. So we evacuate every single time. But we do have a generator, and we keep it up, and we keep all our water. We'll do a hurricane prep, and sadly, it might be pretty soon. I'll do a video on a hurricane prep. It might be coming up pretty soon because we got a big one in the Atlantic coming off the coast of Africa. Hopefully, I won't have to do a prep. As far as tornadoes go, we have a tornado above ground, a shelter. And we had that put in about 3 years ago. I got tired of running to my sons. I mean, yeah, and these things, you can't have one underground in Florida because of the water table. So, but thank you for mentioning that, because you got to be mindful of all those things. My favorite thing, y'all, especially in the second one video, is you captured my heart and the way I choose to live. A lot of y'all commented on my positivity, and my energy, and my strength, and all this. Let me just tell you quite clearly, I have no energy. My mama said I was born tired. I've had chronic fatigue many, many years, but I don't let it kick me. and I don't let it tell me who I am. All right, there's that. And then my faith. If it weren't for God, I wouldn't have made it through any of it. Also, I struggled. You better know it. There were many a days. What am I going to do now? How are we going to pay for that? Or whatever. But but I appreciate that you got my heart, because I don't care what I'm going through. I'm standing up. You better know it. All right. A lot of y'all asked some questions. Okay, somebody wanted me to do a video on our TV antenna. I mentioned that video too, that you can buy one down at the Walmart and you get free. We get about 30 channels on that thing for free. Now, all but about 10 of them are part of streaming. You got to use your Wi-Fi to play them. So we don't really use those. But the other 10 are the broadcast TV channels, and we're going to try to put something together the next little bit and show you how it works. I don't know if it'll help or not. Somebody wants some meal planning, because I mentioned my budget was really low for food and how we do that. I'm going to do that one too. These are things coming up in the next couple of weeks, I hope. Somebody wants some recipes. I've done several. In fact, being honest, if you go to my channel page, there's going to be about 5 what we call buckets or playlists that come up first. There's one on senior living, and everything in the world you can think of is in there, including fashion, makeup, all the things. There's one on homemaking that does a lot of decor, meal planning, that sort of thing. I think I got one on frugality. Now, the ones I did on frugality are several years old, and I'm going to do some new ones because things have changed financially in the world, and that's true. But check those out. And lastly, somebody wanted me to play my piano and sing some hymns. So, if you go to my channel, one whole playlist of it says faith and prayer and that sort of thing, and that's all. That's my faith-based designated playlist. I have teachings on there, I have prayer on there, and I have hymn singing on there, hymn sing-alongs. But there you go. That's all I got for you today on the responding to the comments, and y'all be blessed. You certainly have blessed me, and thank you. Welcome so many new subscribers to the channel. I couldn't be happier to have you. And keep the comments coming because I love to connect with you. So y'all be blessed today. Find something to smile about. And I will see you next time. Bye now.